Is the DJI Mavic 3 the best consumer drone ever, or is it just more of the same? Stick around to find out. Hi, I'm Will and I'm here with MPB and I've got the DJI Mavic 3 drone. Now DJI have long been a staple in the consumer drone market and the Mavic 3 is no different, offering a really rich feature set for image and video. Let's take a look at the features now. So when it comes to photography, the Mavic 3 has dual Hasselblad cameras, with the main camera having a 20 megapixel CMOS 4/3 sensor. So the main camera has a focal length of 24 millimeters and a variable aperture from f2.8 all the way up to f11, with auto and manual focus from just 1 meter all the way up to infinity. The Mavic 3 also features a secondary hybrid zoom lens. This lens is capable of shooting 162 millimeters at f4.4. Now, this feature can be activated in the Explore mode of the software and has some amazing uses, such as looking for potential shots in your area, but also outside of photography. This is a great feature and we've started to see this be used by amateur search and rescue, farmers, surveyors, and that sort of things. And it's just a very useful tool and feature for lots of different people. So when it comes to video, the Mavic 3 is capable of shooting 5.1K at 50p, and it shoots 200 megabits per second, and it's 10-bit 422 color. Now the resolution is great because it gives you a bit of flexibility to perhaps crop in, recompose your shot slightly in the edit, and the 422 color is really flexible when it comes to color grading, giving you the opportunity to perhaps do more creative looks and different styles within your edit. So to help speed up the Mavic 3's autofocus, DJI have introduced what they're calling the Vision Detection Autofocus System. Now what this does is it taps into all of the sensors which the drone has to offer to help deliver incredibly fast and accurate autofocus. And in my test so far, it has delivered really crisp images and video. Now, I would love to take the drone up and fly here. It's a great location, but unfortunately it is just really misty at the moment. So we're going to go just up the road and find somewhere where we've got good line of sight and we can safely fly the drone. So we've now found this lovely location. We've got the sun just coming out now and burning off the last of this mist, and we're really looking forward to taking the drone up soon. On the drone, we've got a 3-axis gimbal, which allows for really smooth video footage, and it's got a 90-degree downwards tilt, which means we can get those really nice bird's eye view shots, and interestingly, a 35-degree upwards tilt, which means even when the drone is going really fast and maybe tilting down a little bit, it means we can still get those lovely level shots. So when it comes to controlling the Mavic 3, you've got a couple of options for controllers. You've got the included RCN1 remote control, which you can put your own phone into to use as a screen. This is a great upgrade compared to the Mavic 1 or 2 remotes. I like the way they've moved the phone placement to above the joysticks instead of below, and it's a comfortable controller to hold. If you want something a little bit more special though, you can also choose the Pro controller, which has got the built-in screen, and that is such a lovely controller to use and such a high quality screen. So both of the controllers are great options. They both have really good battery life and recharge quickly. I guess the main advantage to the Pro controller is the built-in display, which means you don't have to use your phone, you don't get any annoying notifications popping up when you're trying to concentrate on flying or taking images. But I guess this just comes down to personal preference and if you want to spend the extra for the Pro controller. So when it comes to flying the drone, it starts up super quick and is really easy. The controller connects to the drone, not had any problems with that whatsoever. And you've got 3 modes to choose from: cinema, sport, and normal mode. This drone has an amazing obstacle avoidance system and it has 8 sensors in total, but it's worth noting that none of those sensors will work when you're flying in sport mode. They're only operational when you're in normal or cinematic mode. So new to the Mavic 3 is the Advanced Pilot Assistance System. What this allows you to do is it uses all of the sensors, but instead of just stopping the drone to keep it safe, you've now got various options. So for example, the drone can move around objects. So as with most of the DJI drones, the Mavic 3 has the active track functionality, which personally is one of my favourite features on the drone. It is such a helpful tool for getting smooth and cinematic shots, whether it be orbiting or zooming in and out. It's just really great to use. And when you combine that with the new even more powerful obstacle avoidance systems, it just gives you extra peace of mind when flying and allows you to get some really lovely shots. So obviously when flying any drone, safety is always paramount, and the Mavic 3 has some great features. We've already touched on the obstacle avoidance sensors. It also has the fly safe mode, which means it just won't take off if you're in a no-fly area. Also, the Mavic 3 has AirSense, which means that the drone has got a receiver in it which can pick up on the transmissions of nearby aircraft in the airspace. And I think this just adds some further reassurance that you're going to have some visibility of other aircraft in the area, and any safety features just help to give you more peace of mind when you're flying. And it's worth mentioning that with so many sensors on this drone, it's actually made it more flexible to fly it in certain areas of the world. Now obviously wherever you are, it's always worth checking the regulations for your local area, but I think it's really nice that DJI have put so much effort into the safety features, which has in turn given further flexibility for certain areas of the world. So when it comes to the general design of the Mavic 3, they have redesigned the body compared to the Mavic 2, and I really like what they've done with it. It's really sleek and aerodynamic, but it is slightly larger than the Mavic 2, and I think that is mainly due to the larger capacity and larger sized battery, which now promises up to 46 minutes of flight time on a full charge. So when it comes to flying the Mavic 3, this thing is lightning fast, way faster than anything that you really need. But yes, 47 miles per hour top speed and a really impressive range of nearly 10 miles, which to be honest, you should never really be taking the drone out of line of sight, but I guess it's good to know that you can go that far if you need to. So a few things to note about the Mavic 3. In the tests that I've done, I did notice the smallest amount of sharpness fall off towards the edge of the frames on both images and video. I don't think this is a big issue at all. The footage is definitely really usable, but I thought it was worth mentioning as the pixel peepers among you may see this as an issue. Now, another thing to note is if the fly-safe system doesn't hold any details about the rules and regulations in the area that you want to fly the drone, then there is a possibility that the drone will not launch and you won't be able to fly it. And then finally, I think the biggest consideration for the Mavic 3 is just the cost. It is without doubt an expensive drone, a large investment for anybody to make, but it does have quite a unique feature set. So it's just a consideration for you to think about. So when it comes to choosing a drone, there is no doubt that the Mavic 3 is a great option. I think what makes the Mavic 3 stand out is its safety features and the image quality that it can offer. Now, if you decide that maybe the Mavic 3 is not for you, another option that you could consider could be the Mavic 2. Whilst it is a little bit older, it still has amazing image quality, and you could pick up a bargain by looking at second-hand options. So if you decide that the Mavic 3 or the Mavic 2 are not for you, then you've still got some other great options to choose from. The Mini 2, for example, is a really great entry-level drone to get you starting flying. Now, the Mini 2 is really light and it's in the lowest weight category, which gives you a lot of versatility and allows you to fly it in more places than something larger like the Mavic options. And if you want better image quality than the Mini 2 can offer you, then the Mini 3 Pro is another really great option. It's still very lightweight, which puts it in the lowest category, but this time it's got just a little bit more image quality than the Mini 2, and also some cool new features like the ability to shoot vertical video. So in conclusion, there's no doubt that the Mavic 3 is a comprehensive upgrade to the Mavic 2. In particular, the bigger sensor and the higher resolution delivers really good image quality, and that's kind of the main thing. I mean, there's no doubt that nearly every feature of the drone has been improved in one way or another, but that larger sensor, that higher resolution is really the headline feature when it comes to choosing the Mavic 3. And with the larger sensor, it's not just more resolution that you're going to get. You're also going to get better noise performance. And when you're filming in, you know, like dusk or dawn scenarios, then you can push that ISO just a little bit more and you get much better noise performance compared to the older versions. So for me, I've really enjoyed my time with the Mavic 3. It's a great drone to use. It works really well. It feels really solid in the air, and it's really quiet as well when it's flying. If I was choosing a drone right now, it would be between the Mavic 3 and the Mini 3 Pro. For my use case, I think either one of those would be great options, and it's such a hard decision, I may have to buy both. I think that about wraps up for this video. Please remember to like this video and subscribe to the MPB YouTube channel, or you can find more of my work over on my YouTube channel, Will Chidlow. Thanks for watching.